Hi everybody, I'm going to walk you through how we can use our Walking as Inquiry site. Here you see the URL. It's linked to from the website. Once you get there, I recommend bookmarking it, and if you do as I do, you might make a folder for your Writing as Inquiry materials in your browser of choice. I use Chrome. Then I would suggest logging in. Where do you log in? Well, you have to scroll down to the bottom of the site. Under the meta section, you'll see the login link. Go ahead and log in. If you're already logged into your NYU account, it should take you straight in. Okay, you can also play with the HTML if you know what you're doing. You shouldn't really have to, but it's useful sometimes. Okay, the next thing to note is that when you post, you're always going to have a category. It will always be Writing as Inquiry, Spring 23, and then at least one other, but not too many. The point to categories is that you only have a few key categories. Tags, you may have many tags, depending on the context and the content of your post. Here I'll add the NYU Qiantan campus. I'm adding the 2010 Shanghai World Expo as a tag, since I'm writing about that a little, and I would add some more before I post this in the end. You can also pre-select tags, which is a good idea because remember, tags are supposed to help people see how things connect, right? So that they can click on a tag and see, oh, there are 10 posts that all have to do with Tianzifang, or 10 posts about Qiantan or Haibao, right? And I can see them all. Here you see image detail, including the caption, right? So you'll caption your photos and try to align them so they look good. If you align left or right, the text will flow around the photo, which often looks quite nice. We'll look at a couple of alternative ways to display photos later. If you have a lot of photos, you might want to do a slideshow. Okay, here you can say I've added the more tag. That's so that when the site, when it's on the site, it doesn't take up too much space, and other posts are also visible. Here you can also see links to other pages, which you'll be doing as you do some research, and you might also connect, as I have here, to other posts on the site, particularly perhaps those of your peers. If you discuss, say, a walk that you did in common, it might make sense to reference at least several times your peers and the walk you did together. Who knows? Then link to that group post or another post. The idea being, again, to connect things as much as possible so that when a visitor comes to a site like this, one thing often leads to another, and you're engaging the visitor's curiosity and presenting links as a way to follow one piece of content through to another. All right. What else do we need to note? This is, of course, a draft. You'll be saving your posts as drafts until they're ready to publish. Don't publish them right away. Keep working on them in draft status until you feel they're really done, and then they will be final and you will post them. At that point, once you've posted, you can get the, as you can see here, the full post, get the URL. Okay, so when you finally publish, you'll have a stable final URL that you can view by visiting your post. Up here, you'll see that. Now, it changes if you change the title. So go ahead and make sure it's final before you do this step. Okay, you can see here now I'm going into Edit in the map. That will enable me to add a new pin or to edit existing pins and content, and then link to my post on the WordPress site, which I will do now. So here are the examples and models I created previously. I'm going to delete these right now. We'll be adding more of these posts in class this week, you'll be posting a little bit about your own experience in the area. But right now, I'm just going to model for you how your individual posts and your small Hotan posts will work. So the way they will work is you'll get that URL, right, for your individual post, and you'll get the title, and you'll put them into that marker, right? Now, the other thing we're doing and practicing doing, and this is important, is summarizing our own posts. And this, it means you're summarizing what you've already written. I'll give you a bit of a formula for this. It won't be precisely like what I'm writing here, but it will be similar. The idea, again, is to summarize some aspect of your post and try to write in 1, 2, maybe 3 sentences, something that would encourage a reader, a visitor to, say, this map, to click through and check out the story. So here I want to make this sound interesting, and I want to provide a little bit of context. I'm also imagining, again, writing in general for readers who aren't always NYU Shanghai community members. So I'll provide a little bit of extra context and try and create a little bit of a narrative, right? A new class, a new neighborhood, okay. NYU Shanghai has moved, that's different. It's post-lockdown, that's different. This is the shape of the narrative I'm trying to create. Having fun with these little haibao. What are they? Ghostly haibao, okay. And I'm hearkening back, I'm looking back to the history of this site as the site of the World Expo with haibao as its mascot, and it was a very optimistic time, I think. So I'll highlight that, and there you go. The other thing I'll do then is go and get that URL. This is the last bit to making your map complete. And if you grab the full and proper URL for your post, copy it, and then paste it here, you'll be done, right? Make sure there's space between the URL and the summary, all right? It looks better and reads better when there's space between them. And then visitors, if they came, would find this, perhaps then be able to click through, and we've got that redirect notice. It's part of the NYU Shanghai system, but they would be then able to go on and check out your post. That's that.